So the whole Starbucks thing with Jordan, from our vantage point, like it was a funny story. Like nobody got hurt, no one did anything illegal or offensive. Like it was a story that we were legitimately able to have fun with. You were actually involved in the story, so I can ask you is if that's a fair perspective to have, or are you like, no, there was nothing really funny about it?
I mean, it was all ridiculous.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Yes.
like again, like I'm not blind to the world. Like now being, it, I would say looking back, like it's a little amusing. Like I was part of it, I guess. I mean, I was really honestly just standing there.
Yeah.
Um, but I was part of it, I guess. Um, but like it was sort of like amusing, and people got a real kick out of it. I mean, doing something like that in front of 50 reporters, like I've never seen news travel faster. I mean, it was ridiculous. Freaking Florio had the whole thing, including what he said to me 2 hours later. Like ridiculous. Now, as a professional gossip, I respect it. Um, but it was all like amusing, and but then it's sort of like, all right, like do that, get back to work. The crazy thing for me is like I didn't do anything. I literally just stood there while somebody screamed in my face. That has not happened very often. Like we all do this, we all work very hard, but like no one has ever taken it personal like that. And like people are like, you know, like, did you just get into a fight with a Fox freelancer? And I'm like, I didn't get into a fight with anyone. I stood there while someone screamed in my face, saying things that I've never said or even heard of, like Uber stock. Like I didn't know people gave that to players. I have no idea. It was weird. Um, I don't know. I mean, I had nothing to do with it. I just literally stood there while someone yelled at me and then turned around and left. Um, it did get a lot of publicity though.
Yeah.
It did get a lot of publicity. So,
So
but then
what
it's sort of like, all right, like go back to work, you know?
it wasn't a friendly confrontation at all. Like he came up pretty hot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't hardly know him. We've interacted a little bit. He DM'd me a ton when he was, I guess, sort of just getting started or whatever. But we don't haven't had a lot of interaction. Um, yeah, I mean, I would definitely not say it was friendly. I've just never, like we all compete very hard, but like the thought
Yep.
of someone like real, like Schefter yelling, I can't even imagine. It's like we all sort of do this. It's our living for those of us who do it for a living. Like it's our job. Like we work hard, but it's like not personal. And I think that was a strange thing to me.
So he did mention the Uber stock. That was a legitimate thing. Was it more about the? I mean, when he was yelling at you, was it more about the Uber stock, or was it more about the Stafford Brady report, or both?
I mean, honestly, like what Florio wrote was true. Like it
Yep,
was just
that's
he
accurate.
said something about him giving Uber and Starbucks stock to players or something like that, which I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Um, it was all like pretty fast,
Yeah,
but literally, I stood there. I was like what? Like, and then I was like, could you? Because he was like right in my. I was like, could you back up, please? And then screamed some more, like said what the threats that Florio wrote, and then I left. I was like, all right. I mean, it wasn't much to it except for that.
yeah.